Hello, friend. Welcome back, and we are starting another new series of Lego. And why do I have a bonsai tree? Well, we're not going to talk about safety. Instead, we're going to talk about just sometimes you need a place to relax. Maybe it's a quiet area in your home or your office where you can just center yourself, regroup, and push aside those little peccadillos that eat at you throughout the day. Sometimes there are stresses and sometimes there are headaches. So finding your calm, finding your center is part of this new series. So I thought, what better way than a tranquil garden? And this is Lego set number 10315, Tranquil Garden. It's a Japanese style garden, and there's 1,363 pieces. There's 11 bags, but we're only going to do the first one today, and I'll spread this series out. And as my research has found, there's some great philosophies behind not only the design, but the implementation and the philosophies that surround a Japanese garden. My name's Todd, and I'm really glad you're here today. Thank you for joining me. So, as we have laid out the pieces for bag one, we also have a couple of special guests. One is, I'm going to call him Master Wu. And Master Wu, I believe, is from the Ninjago series of Lego. I thought he might be appropriate to join us here today. And then also we have Minifig Mike, and he, of course, has done many dirty jobs in his career. An advocate for the trade skills and students or adults who are pursuing a career in the trades. So we have Minifig Mike and Master Wu. Sit back, grab a cold one, and enjoy. So as I said, we'll touch on a little bit of the philosophy surrounding Japanese gardens. I think it's very interesting, and in my own life, I find it helpful to take time to center myself and push aside the chaos, push aside those difficulties or struggles that one might be having. And I hope that you'll join me over the next several episodes as we begin this. So we're going to use the digital download of the building instructions and begin. The set, along with the Lego developers, had assistance from a master builder. Yes, pun intended for Lego, but also in the industry of designing and creating Japanese gardens. There is a gentleman by the name of, and I will do my best to pronounce this properly, Hoichi Kurisu. He's been designing Japanese gardens for 50 years, one of the leading change makers in his craft. I don't personally have a Zen garden. I live in an apartment, and while there are several walking trails around where the various parks or recreational areas, I think it would be really neat to have a personal space, a Zen garden or a English garden to relax and take those little life moments to enjoy. Do you have a place that you like to escape to? Whether it's maybe it's a special area in your residence that you can call your personal space, or maybe it's a garden that you have at home. Maybe you rent a garden plot in a community. 1, 2, 3, and 4. Or maybe at work, do you have an area that you can go and take some time away amidst the fracas to regroup? I'd be curious. Leave a comment down below if you have your own way of pushing aside those worries or anxieties. A place that you can call comfortably your own. Quiet, peaceful, dare I even say meditative. One of the interesting philosophies that Japanese gardens instill is harmony and harmonizing with the natural landscapes and then reflecting on different philosophical concepts that a Japanese garden can provide. The gardens highlight symbolism. It's a very important part of the experience of sitting or walking through. They also elicit asymmetry and the use of natural materials. And that represents the universe, and it encourages mindfulness. Throughout each of the bags that we will build, I'll highlight other philosophies. And it'll be a very interesting journey that we can take together. So looking at this set, I want to thank two people in Houston, Texas that I have known since 1999. And that would be Jeff and Darcy. They sent this set to me, and I thank them very much. Over the years, we've had a chance to watch each other's families grow and thrive, experiencing the joys, the successes, the different paths that life takes us. And I'm very thankful for those friends. Having people in your life that you can engage with, regardless of the time or miles that separate us. Friendship, true friendship, holds no boundaries on needs or deeds or succeeds. It just is. There's no quid pro quo on friendship. So it can stay true. I've had friends that we've gone years in between talking with each other. And then when we do regroup, there truly is joy in catching up, reminiscing, remembering the past and those who we've shared time with, or with whom we've enjoyed a meal or shared an experience together. So maybe there's someone that you haven't reached out to in a long time, drop them a line, send them a card or a little note saying, hey, I was thinking about you. In much the same way that my friends did with this set. They knew my enjoyment of Lego and how I call it brick therapy. So this is the base of what will be a Japanese tea house. I've never enjoyed a traditional tea, I guess, what would you call that? A session? A tea. I've had high tea, or like an English style high tea. But a Japanese tea service is on my bucket list. If you tuned in for any of the previous series, I took a Lego set that was a ship in a bottle and redesigned the ship to look like the Black Pearl. That was fun. That was fun. And if you have ideas for episodes that you'd like to see, or production content that you think would help this channel, I would certainly welcome those comments. Critiques, constructive criticism. As this evolves, as this continues to move through the elements of creating an enjoyable YouTube channel. Oops. I think what we're going to do is include a little bit of music. And I've pulled this from the YouTube audio library. It's called Ambient Meditation. So I'm going to click over here. And as that loads up, okay, so that will have another space there. And there will be one here and one here, so we're going to place that there. Then there will be a space. And then just like this side here, mirrors the other side. There doesn't seem to be music playing. I wonder why. Let's try this other option. And we'll click that. Meanwhile, we'll move to the next step. I don't know how others sort their Lego. I like to put all the little tiny pieces on a tray. And that way I can see where they're at and they're not accidentally flying off of the table. Well, technical difficulties on the music part. We'll try that again next time. So instead, we're just going to build and enjoy some quiet, peaceful, dare I say, tranquil time together. What does that look like to you? What do these little kind of half moon pieces here at the entrance, do those look like clogs? Like what you would wear around a tranquil garden or a Japanese Zen garden or a tea house? It's a nice attention to detail. And look at that. Remember how I said we don't want these pieces pinging and flying off the table? And I just did. You never know what's going to happen when you watch a video like this. Now, I could stop and re-record, but who has the time? I've already stopped and re-recorded this 4 times today? Just about. Let's see here. I know. I'm going to use my foot and I'm going to slowly scrape it across the carpet here. I was vacuuming, which part of my weekend list of chores. That's another thing I enjoy. I enjoy vacuuming. That sense of cleaning and creating order where there's chaos in my apartment, even though it's just me. When you're running the vacuum on the carpet and you make those lines on the floor. So I'm running the vacuum around, and I happen to be on the carpet in my workspace, and I hear that chunk, 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 and I know instantly, that they are the little Lego pieces which have been, I guess, lost. I had to laugh. I had to laugh. So it will be interesting because there are clear, small little clear pieces that, again, oh, is that one? Let's see if I can feel that with my toes. Nope, that's a tan. All right, let's give the floor another sweep here with the foot broom. And okay, we're going to continue moving on because we're almost finished with bag 1. And we have a clear piece here. And then we have, is there a second one? Do you see a second clear piece? Well, we're not going to spend a whole lot of time. So we're going to set this aside over there. We're going to bring our kettle. And the kettle will go in there. So the clear pieces will go in the middle to represent maybe some boiling water. Not sure. Let's see, we have another one of those. We have a clip. There's a clip. That. And then we have this. Now it looks like we're making place to put soup or tea. That looks like a ladle. Ladle, ladle, ladle. Sorry. Two bowls. I wonder if that's like a clay pot of something. Maybe fish broth to go with our soup. Ooh, those go in there to look like green soup. And there's our teapot and a whisk. Place our whisk right there. And our teapot will go there. And then we will place this in the middle on the floor of our garden house. Like that. Extra piece, extra piece, extra piece. Oh, that's one of those white ones. We're just going to set that until I find the other one. We'll put that in the pot. And I think, you know what? I'm going to put this green piece there in the pot as well. Do I want to click them together? Yes. I'll click those together. So it looks like there's something in the pot. If I find that extra clear round one piece, then all the better. Well, let's put our... There we go. We have completed bag one of our Tranquil Garden tea house. So thank you, Mini Mike. Thank you, Master Wu. And thank you for joining me today. Tune in next time where we will assemble bag two and grow, build this Tranquil Garden set. You know, there's a garden somewhere out there that's created just for you. When the going gets rough, I invite you to take some time for yourself to cultivate peace, peace of mind, body, spirit, soul. And if you're going through a grieving period, it's so important in the evolution of grief is finding time for yourself, gathering your thoughts, not removing yourself completely, but taking a step away, looking at your surroundings. I encourage you to like and subscribe, leave a comment, anything that you think you feel will help this channel evolve into more enjoyable watching. My name is Todd. I am a professional certified workplace safety philosopher. And thank you for joining me in this tranquil journey. Have a wonderful wonderful day.